What's up again, everybody? We're having some technical issues again today. Looks like everything's coming through pretty smooth as of right now. So we're gonna go ahead and jump in. We are currently running blue-white control. We are Diamond Tier 1, and we're 5 games away from Mythic at this point. I'm gonna go ahead and go over the deck again just a little bit. So we did have, a few games. Well, I went ahead and played a few games and got us to Diamond Tier 1. We were Diamond Tier 2 in yesterday's stream, or last night's stream, should I say. And just went ahead and played a little bit off stream, if you will, and got us to Diamond Tier 1. So, 3 steps ahead, we're running 4 No More Lies, 3 Long Rivers Pool. We got plenty of counter spells at our disposal. 4 Union of the Third Path, 4 Temporary Lockdown, for all those, of course, like anything that escapes through our counter spells that we've got. 3 copies of Get Lost, so we don't have a whole lot of the spot removal in this deck that we did. Still 4 copies of Jace as our win condition, as well as 4 copies of Anchorage in this in the land base. And I would, the Sunfall has been, of course, like we want to be running 4 of those, but with the 2 Urza Silex that we have in here, we dropped down to 3 copies. So Urza Silex is still one of those cards that's kind of like up in the air, but it definitely has its place in the meta, and it's been doing really good. And again, like with Long Rivers Pool being 2 blue and Temporary Lockdown needing those 2 white, we had to go ahead and take Fountain Port as well as Mirex out of the land base because we were having some really awkward draws in our opening hands, just kind of being off color. And so we have very limited time. Let me show you guys where we currently are. So we've got 47 hours left, and all we need are 5 wins, and we'll be at Mythic. So we're gonna push. And thank you guys for tuning in. If you are here with me, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for all the support. If you have been following the stream and keeping up with it, thank you so much. It really does go a long way. We're gonna go ahead and jump into some gameplay. Hope you guys are ready. And again, I'm sorry for going over the deck only so briefly, but if you're keeping up with the series, you know what we're trying to do, and we've been making changes along the way, like as we've gone, and this is what we've been using. We haven't made any changes, I think, over the past couple of streams. This opening hand looks pretty good, especially if they're running aggro. We're gonna go ahead and keep this. What kind of vibes are they sending us over here? Not really sure. Alright, so starting off with Anchorage, of course, right? Get that tapped land out of the way. Mono red. Okay. This is gonna be fun. Dance, homie. Victory. Well, that is an awesome art. I like that. Pretty sweet. Try to keep the damage mitigated as much as possible. We do have that temporary lockdown, and we probably should have saved that counterspell for something like Slick Shot. And I think we'll get the Urza Silex down now. Today, I've got a little bit of coffee. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do, we could just take these out with a temporary lockdown and still continue to keep our Silex on the battlefield. The problem is, and we should have actually, because of the fact that we're going to destroy the temporary lockdown, we could have went ahead and did it the opposite way. Of course, I wouldn't think to do that. We're going to gain some life and draw a card. Get the demolition field down, hold up Sunfall. And you would think, like, this is part 13 of the series, and you would think after streaming for this amount of time, you know, for 13 episodes, that I wouldn't be nervous, but somehow some days I'm really good and some days I'm not. And I do have anxiety, so I guess that makes sense. Alright. Should we do this? We could always do this at the end of their turn, or we could go ahead and Sunfall now. I think we're going to want to... I mean, it's only going to be a 4 life gain anyways. So let's Sunfall this turn. Clear the Seachrome down, and then the next turn we can pass both Union of the Third Path. Okay. And there's the Slick Shot. We just drew the counterspell, so that's pretty good. We'll get rid of this. Get another card in our hands for Union of the Third Path. Another temporary lockdown, and I get lost. Oh man, we could use everything in this hand. For another Slick Shot, we need to get lost. You know what? But we also need the life gain. This is really hard. But this does get rid of Slick Shot, which is the biggest problem. I think we're just going to have to get rid of a Union, unfortunately. We really need that life gain, but we also need to protect ourselves as much as possible. I don't like the situation. If only we would have been able to keep all 4 of the cards. In a perfect world, we would have been able to do so. And we're so close to Mythic. There we go. That's pretty good. I definitely would like to counter and draw a couple more cards with this. We could go on the offensive and start getting their life total down a little bit with our incubator friend. We'll leave it back to block. So we have Anchorage in play, and we also have the token, so we have some blockers. And we're going to need that as well, so we're just going to hold off. Lightning strike. Well, gonna have to let that resolve. Okay. Let's activate this now. We could gain the 4 life and go to 10. Let's go ahead and give it another card. Alright, so we're gonna get the island down. We're gonna keep the mana open. Actually, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to auto pass. I have a habit of doing that here recently. Let's attack in for 2. Sure. Yeah, use the shock on the creature. That's good. We need our life. We need our life total to stay at least where it's at. Victory. Alright, so they tapped out for this. Try to get a couple more. Oh, no counter spell. Could get rid of the waste. The waste goes in the bin. Perfect. Gain 5 life, go to 11. Let's pass turn. And we still are holding up the counter spell. They're stuck on 2 lands. The graveyard has 8 cards in it currently. Okay, we're gonna try to ensure that we're keeping as many cards in hand for Union of the Third Path. So we're gonna pass a turn again, hold up 3 steps ahead. They have 3 land. Do they have any creatures to cast? Very, very intense games, guys, once you get up towards Mythic. Of course, we knew that was going to be an uphill battle once we got to Diamond Tier 1. Once we got to Diamond, honestly, the whole game changed. But we're making progress. We're 5 games away. Hopefully we can pull out a win right here. Making some big decisions over there on the pot. Light up the stage. Okay. So we have 7 cards in hand. We're gonna pass and do the same thing. And once we draw our 8th card, we're just gonna try to gain as much life as possible. The more cards in hand, the better. Obviously. Get another shot of this here coffee. Shock. Let's go ahead and Union. Do you have the slick shot? Let's counter this. Okay, meticulous archive it is. We do not need to land. And pass a turn. Dance again, buddy, dance again. Dance the night away. Okay, so the Mishra's Foundry, we have the demolition field to take care of that. No problemo. And I did start on time. I did say in yesterday's stream that I wanted to get more into a 3 to 5 or 3 to 6 realm, Eastern Standard Time, that is. And we actually, we were a few minutes late, don't get me wrong, but still, we're making progress. Progress is progress. Come on, Victor Tree. What you doing now, boy? All right. Apparently he is doing nothing. That's okay by us. Are we still playing some Magic, Victor? Am I gonna be the Victor? Victor? Alright, my turn. Thank you, thank you. They have 38 cards. We could go ahead and get the Jace down and mill them. Nah. Maybe not yet. Let's go ahead and pass the turn again and see what happens. Go through another very long turn for Victor. A lightning strike. So we'll go down to 8. We could counter the lightning strike. I don't think that's a very... Oh, okay. Cool. Thank you so much. Finally. Well, we got 4 wins, guys. 4 more wins to get to Mythic. And what an incredible, crazy ride it's been. Sure, we'll claim all that thing. Jump right into another game. Can't find your deck. That would be an issue, wouldn't it? Your creatures can attack your opponent or their planeswalkers. Yes, they can. I know that there's a lot of new players that are kind of confused about how planeswalkers work and how to get rid of them. You can choose whether to attack your opponent or the planeswalker with your creatures. This looks like a good hand. Going up against Go Mike. We'll keep. We're also going first, so that's exactly what we want to be doing. That's exactly where we want to be. We want to be going first, for sure. Another mono red. Imagine that. Hey there, boo boo. Got another mono red deck for you. No. So let's get the tapped land down this time. No. I don't think so. I don't like you. Okay, sure. Good thing we got the Union. At least gain 4 life and try to find our 5th land for Sunfall. Another Emberheart Challenger. No thank you. At least I'm polite about it. No thank you. What is up, Mousy Mousy? So what are they gonna pump him with? And they found the slick shot. Okay. Let's pass the turn. Play the slick shot for free. Yes. And even though we countered a plethora of their creature spells, here's the situation that we're in. But do they have the pump spell? So we go to 2, and then they attack for 6. We gain 4 life. Dead either way. My goodness, guys. Yep, we're dead either way. Well, we definitely tried. We had a pretty good chance there. But we're back down to 5 wins away. And that's how it goes. We gotta go back and forth. A little dance, if you will. And we're gonna continue to dance. What a coincidence. Neo Duel. Roll on 2. We're going first. We don't like the fact that we only have 2 lands. And we need some wins, so we can't be risky. That looks a heck of a lot better. We're gonna keep. Union, unfortunately, has to go away. Send blue vibes their way. What's up, buddy? Hello, Worthy. Alright, so I want to be on color for the No More Lies. This looks like it's going to be Boros tokens. Absolutely. So we're going to hold on to our counter spells for a Brask Forge. So we're going to need a blue source that's not going to... We also need a white source that's not going to do damage to us, so it doesn't really matter here. We'll do blue. Here comes the Forge, possibly. Attack with the 1/1 Wabbit. Alright. 4 lands. Let's see the Forge. Make another Wabbit, sure, sure. Fast turn. It's always smart to attack before you cast any spells. I will say that it is pretty smart. Again, we want to hold up all of our counter spells. I mean, they could potentially just, you know, 2 us to death, I guess. Here's our 5th land. Very nice. Yep, I see your 2 tokens. Oh, a Lightning Helix. Yeah, absolutely. Trying to get me to tap out. Or tap my mana. Hit us for 2 again. Sure, why not, buddy? It would be nice to get to 6 lands so that we can temporarily lock down the tokens and hold up 3 steps ahead for the Forge. And I'm sure that they're trying to get to 6 lands as well so that they can play 2 Forges back to back. We're also going to have to play the Spellgire at the end of their turn. Since we're down to 9 health, they're going to attack in. We're going to go to 7. We're going to try to find a Union of the 3rd path. Here comes 1 Forge. Perfection. We could counter draw because they only have 2 lands up. Did they play a land for the turn? I wasn't exactly paying attention, to be honest. So we're going to go this safe route. Leave 4 lands up so that we can still use our Spellgire. No Forge for you. Okay. We don't want you to play the Forge. Make sure they get to the end of their turn, wait for their end step, and then get some cards going. Okay, another counter spell is great. We don't necessarily need the... I mean, we do, don't get me wrong, but the counter spell, and we need to be able to gain some life or find a temporary lockdown. So that's what we're going to try to do here. Okay, we found a Jace. Down to 7 life. We're eventually going to have to get rid of these little tokens. We are in a situation to where we could counter and draw again, but they could be hiding the fact that they have another land, and then play the land and then play the Forge. Let's just do it this way. And we could always try to dig a little bit with 3 steps ahead, just playing it as a draw spell. I would really rather hold up the counter spells. But apparently we cannot have our cake and eat it too, so we will not try. Okay, so do we want to draw a couple of cards? Let's do it. And maybe they'll hit us with... Ooh, perfection. I would really like to keep the demolition field as well, but we're not going to be able to do that here. Okay, so we need to go ahead and take care of the tokens that are in play. Might as well go ahead and get down the Restless Anchorage as well. Oh boy. So intense. So intense. Season of the Burrow. Create a bunch of 1/1 rabbits. I mean, we could go ahead and let them create a bunch of rabbits and then just sunfall all of them. But why would they do that and not try to get back their forge? Sure, bring all the rabbits. Awesome. Sunfall all the rabbits. And pass a turn. He walked right into our trap. Not that we actually had the trap, but he walked right into our trap. And then he was like, you know what, I don't like you anymore. And that's fine. We are here to make friends on the stream. In the game, I mean, you know. Sorry, buddy. So we got 4 games now. 4 wins, should I say not 4? We got 4 wins to go to get to Mythic. Pretty exciting. Jump right into another game and not waste any time. We are not trying to waste any of our time. James Parmenter. So, you know, this could be awesome. And we're trying to get to Mythic, and again, we're not trying to be risky. Of course, we have taken a few different types of risks, you know, throughout the series, but this is not the time. Okay, we can handle this. Alright, we've got mono blue. Or a bunch of things, but I got the feeling that it's mono blue. We're gonna hold up the No More Lies. Okay, so is he gonna mill himself? Yes, he is. Oh, I see. We got Squirming Emergence. But he did not take Squirming Emergence. Oh, I see. Another tapped land on top. I mean, we're gonna need our lands, but... well, it'll be fine. Just as long as we're drawing them, I guess. Sure. And it is another one of our win conditions, after all. I do like the spellbook pet. I'm actually kind of jealous of that one. I mean, the ghost has been with me since day 1. Not this exact version of him. But it was, you know, in the fall when I actually, like, I mean, it's been years ago, but it was around the fall, and they had the ghost pets available, and I ended up picking one up, and they just kind of been with me the entire time. But I do like the spellbook, I will say. It's pretty awesome. Kind of reminds me of a Hocus Pocus. Restless Anchorage. And go ahead, Sir James. Sir James Parmenter. Yeah, mill another 4 cards. Okay, sure. So one last job. Do they take one last job again? Or do they take the Squirming Emergence? They took one last job again. And this is one of those situations where, you know, in best of 3, we would just have Rest in Peace in the sideboard to bring in Game 2, and then none of this would be an issue. Because everything that they had put in the graveyard would exile instead. Okay. Continue to hold up our counter spells. So far they've just been milling themselves. We'll get our other win condition down. So now we've got 3 win conditions in play. We've got 3 able bodies. Sarge. 3 of them. 3 able bodies, Sarge. Okay. So, they want to pull back up this classification. Enchanted creature gets +20, +20. That is insane. Of course, it does tap your creature when it comes in. But with the right kind of shenanigans, I mean, that is a card. Alright, so now he's going to try to play his creature. Sure. Union of the Third Path. Ooh, get the demolition field down there. And we do have a few bodies over here to block some things and stuffs. Fast a turn. So that is an awesome enchantment. Okay. Oh, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. They give it +20, +20. I see. I see the combos over here. We'll just let that 1 damage go through. Not really too worried about 1 damage. And we'll go ahead and let this come into play as well. Okay, they just discarded Lumra. Could they be any more obvious? Alright. Seachrome Coast. Book! Sorry if that was loud. The Hocus Pocus is going to come out of me here in a minute. Okay, it already did. 2 more damage. Okay. So, next turn we just Sunfall and continue to hold up our counter spells. We could do that. I mean, it's not like they're going to do a whole lot of damage to us anyways with these guys. And we want them to continue to throw things away. Now we're 2 Jaces away from the win. Continue to hold up our counter spells for all the shenanigans. Maybe they'll actually pop in another creature here. Their blue source is tapped, and I wouldn't imagine that they'd be playing counter spells, to be honest, but you never know. You never know. Okay, so our 8th land, we just need to find 2 Jaces, and then it's game over. We'll let this go another turn. It would be nice to have, like, you know, a larger token, obviously. So, let's see if they're gonna attack in. Hopefully they play another creature. We can Sunfall on the following turn. There we go. Yes. Please do. Sure. Alright, do we want to Spellgyre? No. I mean, I really do want to find the Jaces, don't get me wrong. And we really need to dig. I mean, we do have the No More Lies and the 3 steps. Let's go ahead and dig and see what happens. Okay, there's one of the Jaces, as well as another Sunfall, which could potentially be really awesome. I think Squirming Emergence does give the creature haste, right? Doesn't look like it. Okay, we'll take both of these. Now we just need to find one more Jace and it's game over. So we'll Sunfall everything. Yes, yes. Alright, and then we can hold up 3 steps ahead. They've only got 4 lands in play currently. We'll let them go ahead and mill themselves some more. Down to 25. Awesome. Their blue source is tapped. We have 2 pieces of spot removal. I think we could just throw a Jace in there, but at the same time, they're still digging, they're looking for something specific. And it is worrisome whenever we have, so I would much rather just have both Jaces in hand as opposed to like helping them out. So I don't think we're going to try to do these. I think we're just gonna hold 3 steps ahead until we find something that's worth countering. Let them build up their board presence and Sunfall again. They do have one last job. I mean, that is a really great card. We'll let them swing in for their measly 1. We could. We have 9 lands in play. We'd still have 5 available. We could just block this. There's no sense in taking unnecessary damage, right? Come on, Sir James. Jameson. Of course, yeah, we do not like that. We're gonna counter. Actually, we could dig for our other Jace and try to get this game over with, but this is a perfect opportunity for No More Lies, so let's do that instead. And then we could go ahead and activate our token. Let's do that. Ooh, very nice. They're down to 24. Hopefully they mill themselves to where we only need 1 Jace. Because we're not going to dig with 3 steps ahead unless... I mean, we're going to definitely keep our eyes on this. Okay, well, actually, we're gonna attack. Go on the offensive a little bit. We don't mind if we go on the offensive a little bit. Okay, so counter this. Let's do all 5 and try to dig. And there's the other Jace we need. So now we've got the game. And we'll just get rid of a piece of spot removal. Okay, we'll just block it. And we'll play both Jaces and win the game. You know, you gotta love decks that fill up the graveyard for you, though. You really do.
Win. Your victory, all your hopes and dreams were for nothing.
Oh, right. And then we'll play the other Jace. We'll just say good game.
Plans are already in motion.
And there we go. Alright guys, so now we only need 3 more wins to get to Mythic. We're actually able to chain a few wins together, and you know, I mean, we did run into some issues with everybody running Cavern of Souls on the last stream. So our idea to just kind of counter the meta was a little bit harder than originally expected. Just because I didn't think we were going to see so many tribal decks, but Tribal Lizards is, you know, I mean, that is a pretty, it's a no-brainer of a deck. I'll just say that. It's pretty awesome as far as tribal decks go. So let's jump right into another one. I was thinking about just taking the Long River's Pool out and adding in more spot removal, but I decided that I wasn't going to give up on the build and I was going to keep going, and we ended up getting this close to Mythic, so why change it now? It's been doing pretty good, like, because there's a lot of back and forth. If only we had the turn 3 counterspell. And we're going to need to find another blue source. And we are going first. We're going to keep. It's not the best hand in the world. But, you know, we would rather have the hand that guaranteed us more so like the first few turns. And that's kind of why I threw the counterspells in, because we need to stall and buy ourselves some time to get to, you know, turn 4, turn 5, at least. At least turn 3, because we've had games against Mono Red where we threw our 3rd land down and the game was already over. Alright. We'll keep this. Hello, Pet Rock. Gotta love Jace the Foxy sleeves. Gurdian? Ermagerd. Ermagurdian. Hello, Magurdian. Start off with an island because we apparently always do. Mr. Gurdian. Gerdy. Okay, I apologize for that one. So at least we've got the mana to be able to cast our No More Lies. We got red-white, so this definitely looks like Boros tokens. We have 2 No More Lies, so if they don't do anything at the end of this turn, we can pop out the unit of the 3rd path and be doing pretty good for our elves. These players, they just make everything so intense. We're all making extremely crazy decisions and in-depth decisions at this point in the meta. Well, some of us are. I'm just kind of like, hey, do I have the counter spells? Alright, and so there it is. Let's get rid of that. I don't like the fact that they've got the fountain port. But for now, it's going to have to be okay. They very well may be playing Mirex in this build. And we're going to be heavily reliant on our demolition fields. So hopefully we see a couple. That would be really nice. Guardian. You gonna make a move there, Guardian? Okay, my turn. Union. Okay. So that's pretty cool that we've hit 2 Jaces. We just need to find ourselves some land. And we need to drink ourselves some water. So you wouldn't really think so against tokens, but we're probably going to end up discarding the temporary lockdown, to be honest, or we could get rid of the Sunfall. I don't think they're going to have, like, big creatures in here or anything. But of course, the Sunfall would give us, you know, a win condition of our own. But we also are not going to be in a situation where we're going to want to tap out, and we're already behind on lands. So maybe the Sunfall is the better choice. We could really use a land drop here. Yep. Make it rainbow trout fish. Rainbow trout fish. Here we go. Not exactly, you know, the land that we wanted to see, but hey. At least we have it. Can't really do a whole lot with it, but at least we have it. Are you going to make another trout fish? All we need is a couple of land. Just give us blue land. I can feel it. We need the blue land. Okay, so they made a treasure token. A very cute little treasure token with a very nice little raccoon family. Ermagerd. It would be nice to go ahead and pull out the win here. We're behind, obviously. And if we don't start playing catch up soon, it's going to be over for us. Non-creature, non-land card from among them, put it into your hand. Sure. You're going to have to come into play because we are afraid of Forge. And if they chain forges together, it is bad news bears. Okay, so we take 1 damage from the trout fish. Sure. Are they going to try to play the Caretaker's talent? No? My goodness, we cannot play anything. I mean, we could try to race them if we found a 3rd Jace. But that is extremely risky. Because if they throw the Forge in, it gains a counter every turn, plus they can pump it with the Caretaker's talent. I think we're just gonna pass here. We really need to find another blue source. This is insane. If we could just find a blue mana source, maybe go in with the Jace route and trying to race them. The great race with Jace would be the way to go. Could be, could not be. Wasabi? Sabi? They're gonna make another troutfish token. Oh, they're gonna draw. Sure. Well, that's perfect. Let's go ahead and get rid of the lockdown. I want to hold up all the counter spells. We desperately need all the counter spells against Guardian. So if they were to play the talent, unfortunately I think we'd have to let it resolve, because they could very well just turn right around and cast their Forge. And if only we had another blue source, we'd be able to handle both. Okay, so this resolves. Okay, yeah, sure. We'll take the one. Hey! We found the blue source, so now we just gotta get through another turn. And we can actually start doing something. If we found our third Jace, that's really all we would need, and then we would just go ahead and race them. So we might use one of the spell gyres on the end of their following turn to go ahead and try to dig a little bit for the third Jace. And then it would just be a matter... Ooh, the deuce, huh? Cool. And then it would just be a matter of closing out the game. They're at 40 cards right now. If we can... I mean, this is going to draw them a card every turn. So they very well, by the time we're actually able to chain a couple of Jaces together, they might just be exactly where we need them to be card-wise in their deck. In their library. So they're leaving the 3 mana open for the Forge. And they're going to start creating 1/1s with prowess if we let this slide. But they do have the 3 mana open for this No More Lies that we're about ready to think about casting. So, unfortunately, he comes into play.
Let's make like lightning. Get cracking.
And I think that was their attempt to try to get us to tap for the counter spell. I mean, they're really trying to get the Forge pushed through. He could -3 here and dig through his deck a little bit, which we really wouldn't mind. And then it would just be, we would have him on a 2-turn clock. As long as they don't have the counter spells. Okay, so he went with the token instead. I wonder if they actually do tap out here, then we're going to slam a Jace down because... I mean, we're going to be pretty close. I'm just worried that they may have a counterspell. I mean, if they're playing Deduce and they're playing Rao, this is a slightly different version than what I'm used to. And if we do go for the Jace, we could go ahead and try to clear out all the tokens. And then hold up 2 blue. Try to get through another turn and see if they draw down a little bit further. Because right now, the only Win condition we have is Jace. Alright, guys. Let's do this. This might actually be a little bit smarter of a play. And then this way we would find out if they had a counterspell or not. Because I don't think they would just let us take all their tokens. See what's... I mean, we only have these 3 cards really to go off of, as well as the Forge. We already knew that they had the Forge. I mean, that's a given. Okay, so they did draw a card. They're gonna draw another card. Okay,
Another genius idea by Raoul Derek.
Down to 36, make a token, draw another card. Down to 35. Oh my gosh, it's getting so close. They have all the land they could ever want. Yep, I knew as soon as we tapped out, we were gonna see a Forge. Let's counter and let them draw a card. Oh, they have no more lives.
I've calculated exactly what I need.
Well, now we know. Now we know that they're on counter spells. Down to 33. I mean, with all those cards in hand, I'm sure they have another counter spell.
Oh yeah, plan's coming together. I can invent.
Okay, they had... Okay.
Yeah.
So they got the ultimate off the Raoul. Of course, there was nothing that we could really do about that. The only hope that we've got now is to try to mill them.
For the sake of Phyrexia, I will keep watch. I will shatter your
Down to
power.
13. Every time they make a token, they're going to draw a card. Well, once per turn, that is. Oh, this is so intense, guys. This is so intense. Ermagurdian. Ermagurdian. Ermagurdian Clementine. Hopefully they tap enough to where we could play the Jace. I mean, if we play Jace, we're gonna have the mana to be able to hold up no more lies. They didn't tap enough. Okay, I mean, yeah, we could use another land, but we could also use a Jace. Let's get rid of that. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to use one of our Spellgyres at the end of their turn here to dig, see if we can get rid of one of their counter spells. We're down to 12, they draw 11, make a token, go to 10. And they have to do 17 damage to us. Alright. Moment of truth. What all do they have in this thing, guys? Lightning Helix. Sunfell. The Deuce. So this is basically just Sky Control. Yes. Make a token. Yes. Okay, draw card. Okay, go ahead and attack. Sure. You can feel the stillness in the air. There were so many lives lost here. Ooh, another row. Let's see if we can get him to, well... Unfortunately, we only have the 2 blue. See, that is the biggest problem. Maybe we should go down on a couple of basics, but, I mean, with everybody running Demolition Field, it's kind of hard to do that. Yeah, sure. So they have 6 lands in play. We could still Spellgyre and dig a little bit, and maybe they'll counter that. And then we could play Jace.
Daughter, I need some help.
And hold up no more lies. So hopefully this is the last turn here, guys. Hopefully. Get 1 game closer to Mythic. Yes. All right, let's dig.
Aha! A solution!
And I think they just lost. We've played against Boros tokens enough.
New world requires new strategies.
Definitely played against them enough to know how they operate, and now they've just lost the game. Perfect. So we'll take the win. Yeah, I see that you have the no more lies.
I am confident this will work.
Oh no. Never mind. Okay. Got a little bit cocky there. But we were trying to get counterspells out of their hand. And we definitely did pull the counterspell out. And they just happened to have the Lightning Helix in hand. Oh, what a man. That is, whew. Well, kudos to you, guy. That was pretty awesome. And that was an extremely close game. I really did enjoy that one. That was an awesome battle. It would have been nice if we could have just like gotten to our turn, went ahead and cast Jace. And you know, like, they would have had the mana open either way. And they did have the counter spells. This looks like a pretty cool hand. We've got the turn 2, turn 3, and turn 4 counters. Going up against Blaze at 420. You know what they're all about. Okay. Seacrum Coast. And the pass. Because that's what we do as control. So Valley Might Caller. Very cool. We're going to play our Waste. And hold up Long River's Pool. I don't think so. Yes, we would like to auto-pay and pay our life. We wouldn't mind paying our life. Just take it. It is fine. We have already given you the command to take our life. Okay, passes the turn. We don't like Beauregard Mentor because her power and toughness are each equal to the number of creatures you control, and it has trample. And we don't want a bunch of creatures coming in here, and we definitely don't like Battle Cry, so we're gonna say nah. They do have the Cavern of Souls over here, but what did they name? They named Rabbit. Okay. So we got to our 4th land. We are close to the Sunfall. And we also need to find a demolition field for the cavern. Should not be an issue, chat. Should not be an issue. So we cannot counter the rabbit. We're going to dig instead. Our 5th land would be good, and gaining a little bit of life wouldn't be a bad idea either. But we also need to find a demolition field. We could also use a temporary lockdown. And they're gonna just attack us with what, 2 here, and we are at 16. And let's take the life gain as well. Okay, attacking, my bad, attacking for 3 here. They did cast the Paw Patch with the Offspring. So, I think we just, do we sweep the board now? Could potentially be attacking us for 8 next turn. Or potentially 9 if they play another Offspring. Let's go ahead and sweep and get the token now. So at least we can have something to block on the following attack. Okay, we've got 2 Cavern of Souls to deal with. So we should have waited, huh? Another body in play to block. We also are going to need to try to gain some life. It would be nice to try to keep some cards in hand, but we're also going to need the lands in play. We're going to have to dig with 3 steps. Alrighty. Go ahead and attack, and then you're going to make a, what, a 1-1? Make a 1-1, yep, there you go. Tapped and attacking. Could block, try to block the 4. Could block the 1-1. Oh, it's too late. Click the button 1 too many times. Okay, yes, we're gonna dig. Discard a No More Lies. Okay. Union. Union again, possibly. They're going to be attacking for 10. We can block 1, potentially. Alright, let's see if we can dig a little bit closer to another Sunfall. Spellguyer's not going to cut it. And we are in a desperate situation. So back up to 18. They can attack for 10, drops to 8 on this turn. Potentially take our token out. So we did play the Sunfall a little bit too early. Of course, block one of these. And that is not going to help us. We could play one Jace and then minus, or we could play one Jace and plus, but that's not really going to help us either. Desperate attempt to try to find a card. Or we could 3 steps ahead and try to draw into something. Oh, that did not help us either.
Surrender your mind to Phyrexia's will.
We at least have to try to mitigate a little bit of damage.
Become subdued.
It's not going to matter here though. Go +1 and +1 again. Yeah, they've got the win. Okay, well that was also another intense battle. And we're back to needing 5 wins in Diamond Tier 1. It was a little bit early to play the Sunfall. We should have waited. Now we know. I mean, we knew before that. It's just, you know. Ugh. Just get too ahead of ourselves, a little bit too excited sometimes. And of course, they were running Cavern of Souls, and that was not helping us. A little bit of water time. I will say that I do love crab dip. I love crab in general. And crab meat is the best. No pet on this matchup. We've already played a land, and they're thinking about which land to play. It's a little concerning. Okay, so they play a cottage. We don't have the other blue source for the Long Rivers pool. We could do plains. We could show them the demolition field. Let's do plains and make them think at least a little bit that we've got the No More Lives in hand. But I really don't think they're going to care. Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and get our other blue and white source down there. That's going to be a must. Of course, they play a Preacher. Throw the demolition field down now. Depending on what they do, we have the counter spells. It would be nice to be able to dig a little bit here. Sure, sure. Why not? Go ahead, sir. I feel like my mic is running a little bit hot today for some reason. I try to keep it pushed a little bit further back, but it seems like we're still peaking a little bit over here. That's a little bit further than 6 inches away at this point. Alright. Sure. Hey, what's up? Doing pretty good. How are you doing? Deep cavern bat. So let's take this out. And we'll just go ahead and grab another blue source. Oh, just chilling? Yeah, we are too. We're getting really close to Mythic, which was the whole goal of this this whole series. So I'm pretty excited about that. All right. We're gonna get rid of the bat. Yeah, it is. I'm pretty excited. We've been kind of going back and forth, you know, in Diamond, but we're like 5 games away from getting to Mythic, so extremely excited about it. Maybe we play the other demolition field here. So they're gonna definitely have Lilianas in this deck. Some, will ya? Uh-oh. Cavern. So with Cavern of Souls, that means we're not going to be able to counter. We're going to need to dig. If we do go ahead and take out the Cavern of Souls now, we're not going to have enough mana for our counter spell. Playing any other games? I do play other games, and I will be actually as we progress into streaming. But Magic the Gathering is my favorite card-based strategy game. But mostly card-based strategy games. That's kind of you know, it's kind of what I do. I have played Pokemon before, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Magic. There are a couple of other ones that I want to get into that I've been kind of putting off for a little bit. Lorcana kind of like has, you know, it's a little bit of interest to me, but I don't know if I will or will not do anything with that. It just that one's kind of up in the air. Okay, so another bat. I really don't want to... I mean, they're probably going to end up taking Jace. We're going to need to get rid of these creatures either way. Let's go ahead and just let this resolve. Good thing we got the 2 Spellgyres, so that we can still... I kind of figured they were going to take Jace out of the hand. Alright, so let's dig with Spellgyre. We can Surveil 2 and draw 2 cards. We're going to toss both of these away. Alright, now we're definitely looking for... We need a Sunfall. We found an untapped land anyways. I was kind of hoping that would have been the case, like find a Sunfall and an untapped land, because now we can Demolition Field the Cavern of Souls and go ahead and get a land in order to dig a little bit with Spellgyre. Pass a turn. All we need to do is find Sunfall, which, you know, we have 3 copies of. If we do end up finding a Silex, I mean, that'd be perfect as well. Yep. Continuing to draw those cards. And hopefully they don't, I mean, they know we have the counter spell. Hopefully they don't have another bat. Down to 8 life. They know we've got the Spellgire in hand. They might try to play a bat and then a Liliana. Of course I do, yeah. Okay, so Liliana. Let's go ahead and dig. We can always discard the lands we have in hand. There we go, we got the Sunfall, we've got a 3 steps ahead. Let's take both of those. Because we can always attack into the Liliana.
Nobody knows Dominaria's shadows like me.
Yep.
You won't be outsmarted.
Let's get rid of tapped lands. Alright, another demolition field, that's awesome. So, Sunfall everything. Because this isn't going to help them. They can't activate it anyways. Okay. So, it doesn't really matter here. We could throw the tapped land in. Let's do that. We definitely had a Sunfall the board, and we found the Sunfall, so that was perfect. That was right on time. If they +1, we'll get rid of the waste. Because why not? That's what we're here to do. We're here to put the waste in the bin. Of course, why not? Shieldred, absolutely. It would have been nice to have been able to hold up the counter spell. They are down to 41 cards. Once we draw, we're going to take 2 damage off of this guy. Okay. So now we can... They have the blocker. We could always attack into Liliana, go over... If they have the removal for this, they attack in, we go to 2. I think we're going to have to get Jace on the board here.
Emotions are distractions.
So again,
Focus
mono
on
black
the
is
facts.
just, you know, you want to make sure you have all Zakantha spells
You can
against
be made to obey.
against them. And we want to hold up a counter spell. We could discard the temporary lockdown. So now we'll lose 2 life, go to 4, they'll attack in for 1. We'll pop the token. And we can also get rid of the cottage if it came down to it. So yeah, every time they draw a card, they're going to gain 2 life off of this guy. Every time we draw a card, we lose 2 life. Okay, so Liliana is going to go to 6.
Drop
And we
it.
definitely don't want her to ultimate. That'd be bad, bad. Leroy Brown. So pass. You're only attacking for 1. Then they're gonna try to play another creature. Let's let them attack for 1. Okay, we definitely don't like that either. So we're gonna counter this. Get that out of the way. Get that out of here. Alright. So they're at 40. Once we draw, we go down to 3 life. We have enough to take Liliana out. If it wasn't for Shieldred, so we activate this. We attack into Liliana, hopefully. I mean, they're tapped out, so.
You know, I think you'd look better as a corpse.
Then we +1 on the Shieldred.
Organic minds are easily quelled.
And if they have the removal for the anchorage, then we're not going to be able to block the 1 damage, and we're just dead either way.
Don't overthink things.
So next turn we could make them mill 3 times, be 21 and 15. It's not going to be enough. If they activate their cottage, and they're attacking with both. This is extremely intense. So intense. It's so very intense. If we do this, we'll still have enough. We gotta find a blue sword. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. We'll take a white one. And hopefully they don't have the removal for the anchorage. Do they have the removal? If so, we're done here. Good game. All right. Man. So it would have been nice to have found a union of the 3rd path in that game. If we would have found a union, you know, towards the end there, or if we would have found a get lost, it would have been doing a little bit better. I think. I mean, we're running 4 union of the 3rd path. I am extremely surprised that we didn't see one that entire game. Let's just keep moving right along. I was thinking about the fact that Mono Black makes us discard so many cards that we would be better off running like Silver Scrutiny. Maybe a couple of them, maybe just one in place of 1 union of the 3rd path. Have 1 Silver Scrutiny to fill our hand back up in those types of situations. Would even be nice to have a couple. Okay, so opponent is going first. Temporary lockdown, Sunfall, everything looks okay. We're gonna keep it. They're on mono red, so I think we're gonna be doing A-okay. Potentially. I always say, yeah, we're gonna be just fine because we have temporary lockdown. But once they start, you know, plotting slick shot, it's a totally different story. Okay, so we're gonna want to take all of this out. Already down to 16. And pass a turn. If they have another Bane Splitter in hand, then basically we're on a two-turn clock. Okay. So we don't have a choice in the matter at all. We have to temporary lockdown. Maybe they plot a slick shot. Oh, great. Perfect. I was saying it exactly as soon as they were doing this funny. Good thing we've got the 3 steps ahead to get slick shot. Okay. Last turn. Hopefully we can draw into a Union of the Third Path. You know, I always talk about like dropping 1 Union of the Third Path, but you know, against mono red, I always remember why we have the 4 in there. Okay, Swift Spear, Monstrous Rage. Yep. Go down to 4. I know this is silly, but maybe we just Sunfall this thing. Oh man, and we're done. So on those types of games, we're back down to Diamond Tier 2, guys. But hey, we we have been feeling the pressure the last couple of games. Let's go back into the deck. We're gonna make a couple of changes. Alright, we're just gonna temporarily try this. We took out both of the Silex and we went ahead and threw in, I'm sorry if that was a little bit too fast, we went ahead and threw in another Long River's Pull and another Get Lost, so we have more spot removal as well as counter ability. But I also, you know, I think like Urza's Silex was also that other sweeper we needed, but we also need the spot removal. We can also stand to draw more cards. We're gonna go with this version for now, guys, and we're just gonna see what happens. And it's really risky because taking Silex out just kind of eliminates our answers for if I could speak, Boros tokens. Bora Bora. You know where my mind is. I'm on vacation. Bora Bora. So Boros tokens. We do not have an answer for Ura Brask Forge with the current build. Oh my goodness. 1 land hand. Alright, we'll keep this. Jace goes to the bottom, unfortunately, because we need to play some control in the start of the game. Okay, keep the planes down. Well, that's a good draw. Kind of need to use to Get Lost on this guy. Okay. Whenever Seasoned Warren Guard attacks while you control a token, it gets +2/+0 until end of turn. But other rabbits also get +1/+1. Let's go ahead and let that resolve. Alright, so this thing is just going to continue to get bigger. I think we just go ahead and take him out. Then of course they're gonna use the map tokens to pump these guys. Starting off with a temporary lockdown in hand would have been a godsend. Let's just say that. So we could gain 5 life at the end of their turn and get a little bit closer to either a temporary lockdown or being able to cast a Sunfall. So go back to 15. Okay, perfect. We take another attack and then gain the life back again, maybe get a couple more creatures in play, and then temporary lockdown. Or we temporary lockdown now. Tough decision. I mean, we'll come right back up on our life total. Let's go ahead and pass a turn, because I would like to get a couple more bodies in play. I always did say, like, 3 targets for temporary lockdown. It's kind of where we want to be. Okay, we'll go ahead and gain some more life here. Let's go ahead and get rid of them then. We found the 4th land. And they're being a little bit stubborn. They don't want to play any creatures, but hey, who can blame them? They had 6 power on the field, and, you know, they were like, hey, that's good enough. So now we have what we need for Sunfall. Let's see if they play another couple of creatures. If they did play this with the Offspring, then this would get 2 counters. Let's go ahead and pass the turn. See if they actually play a couple of things. I hope they do. So we could just get rid of this thing altogether. And that's the thing, like, you know, we're gonna have to Sunfall. I just wonder what the other 2 cards are in their hand. Because once we Sunfall, we're tapped out. They're going to get another creature on the board. Okay. Here comes another Paw Patch. You're going to be able to drop us down to 4 life if we let this happen. Okay, we got a body to block with. Let's go ahead and Sunfall. So now we'll have 2 bodies to help us block. And they have 2 bodies in order to attack. Alright, so we need to find a draw spell. Get a couple more cards in our hand. Let's go ahead and take this guy out. Let's go ahead and take this thing out. Activate our token. Okay, we could definitely stand to have a draw spell. Ooh, that works too. Okay. We could lock everything. We could, you know what? Let's attack with the anchorage. And our token. And then we can use the mana from this one. Okay, that'll allow us to dig at least a little bit. And then let's just lock everything down. Hopefully it's a land. I mean, they drew both of these off the top, right? There we go. Now we're back in Diamond Tier 1, guys. So, we want to probably... I want to make sure we've got the sweepers in there. It does seem like we're going up against quite a bit of creature decks. Yeah, I'll take a Monstrous Rage. Why not? Let's go back to the deck for a momento. Okay. Let's go. Let's go down 2 of these. I don't really like it. I don't really like to do that. But we're going to go down to Long River's Pool. And then maybe we'll just go back to Not On My Watch. Throw a couple of those in for the moment. We could go back to 3 and 3 of Get Lost and Not On My Watch. At least keep the 2 additional Long River's Pool. Would really like to find more room for another Sunfall. And we want to make sure we've got the counter spells. This is so hard. Because against mono black and like Boros tokens and, you know, domain ramp and all of those guys, I mean, having the counter spells is huge. We need to be able to keep more cards in hand, so we're gonna have to find a silver or add a silver scrutiny to try to fill our hand back up. If I could type today. Doesn't seem like I can type any day. Just look up silver then. There we go. So one of those. Get that out of there. Okay. So Silver Scrutiny, No More Lies. I mean, we still are running a good amount of counter spells. We do have something, at least one copy of something that helps us refill our hand. We still have the Union of the Third Path to, you know, help us kind of stall and get to a later turn. Give us enough time to get everything we need set up and in hand. We were still running more counter spells than we were. I don't want to go down any draw spells currently. And I think the 3 Get Lost and the 3 Not on My Watch is pretty decent. But, you know, Vraska and Liliana, as well as other enchantments. Maybe we go 4 and 2 instead. But I do really want to find room for that 4th Sunfall. We could make this 3 and 3 as well. Just because, like, at a certain point, No More Lies, you know, it doesn't really hold its value throughout the long term. And in those games where we really need it, I mean, against Mono Red, Temporary Lockdown, I mean, yeah, it comes in handy, but once they start casting those slick shots, it's kind of like, we'd rather have the spot removal. Alright, let's go ahead and go with this and see what happens. We'll try it out for a couple of games anyways. So currently we need 6 games to get to Mythic, and we are definitely gonna get there. We're going to keep pushing, and we're definitely gonna get there. Rack boom. Not a terrible opening hand. It could always be worse. And we're on the draw. So basically, turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, and, you know, maybe in between or after, find room to toss him out there. Okay, they're looks like Dimir to me. Dimir to me. Dimir to me. Take a walk. Okay, so are you actually running Dimir? That is the question. It's dark out here. Shine some light on the situation. Alright, mono red. We've got the spot removal. We've got some life gain. So plot the slick shot on turn 2. No? Okay. We got the lockdown. Okay. We're doing pretty good. And that was the thing, like, having the counter spells, mono red, you know, would get ahead of us a little bit, so having the extra additional spot removal is really going to go a long way. We're still in a situation to where we can't get rid of artifacts. Now we're going to continue to try to find room, and we very well may just try to bring Silex back in. Because I'm not really a fan of, like, the instant speed removal. Of course, like, it's only, like, a single target. Unless you're running, like, Season of the Burrow, but, you know, I'd rather be able to do something like that at instant speed as opposed to sorcery speed. I would rather play it on my opponent's instep as opposed to my main phase. Because that's what we're trying to keep the mana open on our side. Let's go ahead and see if they try to target one of these guys with something. Might as well get rid of that. Alright. So they have Lightning Strike in hand. Okay. We could lock down now. Or we could try to use Get Lost. They have a land. They could also activate their Foundry. And we kind of want to use the Get Lost on the Foundry. We could go ahead and temporary lockdown this turn, and then on the following turn, gain some life, as well as Get Lost when they go to activate this again. I think that's probably the better plan. But they could also pay to activate the Mishra's Foundry and Monstrous Rage. Okay. If we could go ahead and gain the 6 life. Go to 13. We still need to get Lost the Foundry. But we also really need the life gain. Alright, let's pass. And again, just because we have the spot removal, you know, doesn't mean that that mono red still doesn't have us. I mean, it's just, they're so fast. And, you know, standard is just kind of, it's become a little bit more toxic, you know, with just how overpowered mono red is currently. So they did not activate the Foundry. Kind of weird. And only hit us for 1. 2 lightning strikes in hand. Okay. I know. Let's see. Okay, let's go ahead and let that resolve. Hit us with a lightning strike. Yep. We still have to get Lost for the Mishra's Foundry. If only we had an untapped land. And that always seems to be the case. Like, we're running 26 lands, and I know we're running 61 cards, and, you know, that kind of throws things off a little bit, but I still don't feel like we should have any trouble at all finding our lands. They could attack us for 2 here. We could draw a couple of cards and let this happen, but of course, like, we don't want to give Mice Double Strike Plus. When these are targeted, they get +1/+1. So, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to dig this turn. Down to 7 we go. Now we can at least draw a couple of cards and get Lost one of the things and stuff that they have in play. Okay, so they activate the Foundry, which is exactly what I wanted them to do. So what are you casting? let's get rid of this. And I know that's just gonna make... They get the map tokens. I'm not a big fan of Get Lost either, but, you know, we don't have a whole lot of answers. I mean, we do have answers, don't get me wrong, but Get Lost just answers almost everything we need to answer. So what else are we supposed to do? And there's a shock on top. Yep. Great. Now we're looking at 6 damage over here. It just seems like no matter what we do, we're just behind when it comes to mono red. I mean, we've had games where, you know, we weren't so bad off. We're definitely going to need to draw a couple of cards. Okay. We'll get rid of the tapped lands. So we're gonna lose 6 life here. Plus they've got the shock on top of their deck over there. And there's really nothing that we can do. If we play the Jace and we +1, then we're, you know, I guess we could counter the shock. But there again, like, we'd have to play the Jace at 3 mana and lose 2 life and go to 3, and then we're still getting hit for 3. So let's draw a couple of cards. Okay, and we did not find a lockdown. So, that does it for this game, guys, unfortunately. So we're still Diamond Tier 1. Man, this mic is peaking a little bit here. Let's turn this gain down a little bit, just see if that helps. I think that helped a little bit. Hello. Testing, 1, 2. Okay. So, let's go ahead and jump into another game. So somewhere between like 2 and 3 hours is, you know, what I'm trying to stream for at least 2 hours. I think it's a lot easier for people to watch, you know, as opposed to, of course, like a 3 or 4 hour video. This looks like an okay hand. We'll keep it. Okay, start off with Anchorage. Of course, because we always tend to start off with our tapped lands. Heartfire Hero. Again. What a pleasant surprise. Oh yeah. We haven't even gotten our second land down, and already we're feeling it. So that's exactly why we run 4 Union of the Third Path. That's exactly why we run 4 Temporary Lockdown. You know. What choice do we have? Alright. So it's going to get +2/+0, and then the +1/+1. And when it dies, create a 2/2. I think we just want to do the not on my watch. But of course they do have 2 mana open, and I'm sure they've got another Monstrous Rage. So, who knows, maybe they've got another 2 Monstrous Rage. Yep, that one hurt. And of course, when this dies, it does damage equal to its power to us. We've got a mountain in hand showing. If only we had a temporary lockdown. I mean, that would be perfect. Guess let's just go ahead and take the damage off of this. Alright, we're at 4. Mono red is just ridiculous, guys. Alright, we do have a body to block with. We can also dig a little bit with Spellgyre. Let's go ahead and do this. And, I mean, at this point, I mean, I feel like we've already lost, but I've been in this position a lot with mono red, and I've actually come out the victor in the matchup, so there's always a chance. Let's drink some more coffee. And of course, like, getting up to this high up in ranking, I mean, it's just like almost every deck is kind of, I mean, it is just a really toxic environment, you know, overall. But we enjoy every moment of it. Alright. So we need to counter this, obviously, because we lose if we don't. If they have the pump spell for this, then we're done. Okay. So we lock down and then hold up. No more lies? Or I think that's just a little bit better of a play. But we could use the anchorage to block and still do the same thing. But if they have the removal for anchorage... Okay, let's do this. Slick shot. Oh, man. Okay. And they have the mana to pay for him, so he comes into play. And then if they pump him, then we're done. Okay, 1 life. So we're gonna have to play the Jace and then +1 on the slick shot.
Phyrexia's plans are already in motion. Become subdued.
Okay. I wonder if we... I mean, we're gonna have to minus here, right? A soul partition would be a perfect card right now. So let's go ahead and minus.
I know where to find all the answers.
We didn't find anything useful. Okay, let's dig a little bit. Well. Hey. And of course, like, I don't know if that's going to be enough. Oh my gosh, are we back in the game? Let's see if we're back in the game here, guys. Hopefully I didn't make a mistake by playing both Union of the Third Path. There is like a loud rumbling going on in my headphones right now. I do apologize if you guys can hear some loud commotion. I don't know what's going on, to be honest. Kinda weird. Alright, so the question is, do we want to start attacking? I think we just keep plussing. There we go.
Become subdued.
So let's get rid of this guy for sure. So we got to a point to where we were able to stabilize. We got all the way down to 1 life in that game, and we were able to pull it back out. So now we've got 5 wins to try to get to Mythic. We're going to jump into another game. And again, like, you know, I'm trying to keep these streams down to 2 to 3 hours. We're about 2 hours and 14 minutes in at the moment. We might actually try to just push for 3 hours. I will say that we're not really dropping a whole lot of frames as far as what I can tell. We're at like 0.1%. So hopefully everything's coming through smooth for you guys. This is not really what you want to see. Not really what we want to see at all. We need a better land, and we don't need to be taking a whole lot of risks. This is really good. I guess we'll just go ahead and put a plains. We need both plains. We'll put an island. Well, we need both islands. Alright, demolition field it is. There we go. Ooh, they start off with a waste of their own. Okay, let's match them. Why not? Okay. See chrome. They have their anchorage down. Is this a mirror match? What are they running with Flash? I think we just go ahead and play Union. Alright. The Demolition Field. We're not too big of a fan of the Demolition Field. Unfortunately, they have it, and there's nothing we can do about it at the current moment. So we're going to continue to hold 3 steps ahead. Their win condition is probably going to be Jace as well. Alright. Sure, take out my Anchorage, why not? Alright, so we've got 3 blue sources and 2 white, so let's go with a white. Kind of even it up over here. Oh my goodness. I don't know what is going on with this loud noise that it's like a booming noise. I wonder if you guys can hear that. If you can hear that and you're watching right now, well, let me know if you can hear like a loud booming sound on your end. Okay, let's just go ahead and pass here. And that booming sound is very distracting. It just recently started not too long ago. Maybe I'll unplug the mic and plug it back in. Could try that and see. Or I could just turn it off and turn it back on. I don't know. I don't know what needs to happen exactly. No more lives this thing.